She'll grow up and put on her suits and try to change the world.
Hi everyone, this is Lucifer and I'm Bliss Button-Hale, and this channel is called Circus Bliss. It's a channel devoted to my journey as a circus artist and as an upcoming student at Circadium School of Circus Arts in Philadelphia. Please bear with me today, pun intended, because I'm shooting outside, so the audio is definitely going to be a little more noisy than normal. Alright, let's look at my life/career on a timeline. So when I was 5 years old, I really wanted to do gymnastics. When I was about 6, my mom signed me up for classes, and I loved it, but I was not a good gymnast. My technique was okay, and I had my splits, but it was pretty clear that I was not leveling up in that sport. When I was 9, it was actually my 9th birthday, I wanted a hula hoop, like a taped hula hoop for hoop dancing, not just like a cheap Target Walmart hula hoop, but like a real hoop. And we were at a festival, and there was a woman, and she was taping hoops and selling them, and I thought they were beautiful. So my mom got me 3 hula hoops for my 9th birthday. I still have them, and I just took off with that. I started teaching myself from the internet and just like learning. I loved hula hooping and hoop dancing and hoop tricks. When I was about 10, so about a year after that, I quit gymnastics because I was just not good. And then when I was 11, I actually joined gymnastics again, even though I was not good. And I kept hooping going all the way up until now. So I've been hooping for about 9 years. But I started gymnastics back at 11 years old, was still terrible. And then I decided that I really liked floor and I liked tumbling. So I switched over to just tumbling classes, and I did pretty well. I excelled more than I did in gymnastics. I was about an intermediate level tumbler at the time. And the owner of the gym, who was also my tumbling coach, told me that they were going to have a thing called aerial silks at the gym. And she showed me kind of what it was. I had never seen it before, really. Like, I knew about Cirque du Soleil and all of that stuff, but I really hadn't seen it like that. And so at that point, I was 12. And I was the first kid signed up for that program. They didn't even hire an instructor yet. I was already on the roster for the upcoming class. And I started when I was 12. I loved it so much. And newsflash, kind of like gymnastics, I was not very good. It took me a very long time to get enough upper body strength to do it. But once I did, I just took off and ran with it. I literally fell in love with silks, and it became my passion for a long time. It still is my passion. So I did that. I did tumbling and aerial silks for a number of years, and then I eventually quit tumbling after getting a pretty bad mental block on going backwards that I'm slowly nursing back to normal right now. Then when I was probably 14 or so, I kind of surpassed the levels of that facility, and I actually became, I was 15, actually, now that I'm thinking about it. I was 15, and I had kind of worked my way up through all the levels, and I had gotten to the most advanced class at that gym. And then they offered me a job, so I worked only about 1 or 2 classes per week teaching little kids. And so I started teaching aerial silks, and then I also started teaching gymnastics shortly after that, which was really fun, just to preschoolers, nothing crazy. And I ended up moving to a different studio that taught higher levels of circus, and I started taking things like lyra and aerial hammock, and it just all kind of progressed from there. I've learned so many things over the years. I've done a little bit of stilt walking training. I have done a lot of juggling, like I said, a lot of aerials. I've done some handstand work, some acro, hand-to-hand. I have tried pretty much everything that I can get my hands on in this area. But I am just so looking forward to moving to Philly and going to Circadium to really push myself as an artist and also just as an athlete to really see what I can accomplish. When I was in high school, I went to a performing arts program for just 2 semesters, and they were 1 semester in sophomore year and 1 semester in senior year, and that program did not work out for me, but yeah, I did do a lot of dance and a lot of theater training. I've been in theater a very long time, and that's really helped my circus, I feel like. So yes, I've been working as a teacher, part-time to full-time for about 3.5, 4 years. And while I was doing that, I was running my own gig company called Rise Above Aerial Arts. You can check us out on Instagram. It's spelled like this. And yeah, so I was running the gig company, doing jobs on the side and stuff like that, and I was running a program at my gym that I'm still working at now, but I did put in my notice to quit my job, which is so sad because I love that so much. And you can stay tuned because I'll have a video coming up all about that process and everything like that. So thank you guys for watching. This channel is just going to be about my whole experience, like the application process, the audition process, getting accepted to the school, what that meant, deciding if I wanted to go or not, moving in, all of that stuff, as well as videos about, you know, what it was like to quit my job, or what it is like, I guess, since I'm currently doing that, and just my experiences as a young woman in the circus industry in 2020 and years past. So if you like that, please come along. It's going to be a lot of fun, and it's going to be a lot of educational content of sorts. Thank you. Oh, clowning. I also did clowning.
She puts on her rain boots and coat and goes into the world. They try to knock her down and tell her her own worth.